The other day, I heard an interesting piece of life advice. But I must preface this tip with the following story about a little old woman, a cozy village, and a secret. So sip your tea and listen up, because this story is an important one. Once upon a time, there was a cozy town, safely nestled between a couple foggy mountains. And in the town, there was a quiet cottage, safely nestled in a little forest of trees. And in the cottage, there was a florist, suitably named Azalea. While a girl at heart, Azalea was well into her older years and was known around the town as Granny Leah. There was an air of mystery to Granny Leah because she always managed to grow the fullest, greenest, and happiest plants in the village, and no one quite knew how. The secret to her success was known only to herself and the butterflies, because frankly, Granny Leah was a mumbler. She walked about, always mumbling under her breath, and while the butterflies listened to the mumbles, which revealed her magical plant-growing secrets, the townsfolk were too busy gossiping about her mumbles to really hear what she was saying. If you asked anyone in the village, they would inform you that Granny Leah was known around the village for being a bit crazy. Some thought she had gone mad. Others wondered if her mumbles were just a sign of her aging, and yet others avoided her shop altogether because the mumbling was sometimes a bit creepy. Despite the differing opinions of Granny Leah, there was one thing the entire village could agree on, and that was that none others stood up to Granny Leah's beautiful plants. And if you asked the butterflies about Granny Leah, they would tell you nothing. Firstly, because butterflies don't talk, of course, and secondly, because the truth about Granny Leah wasn't in the gossiping and stories, but in the listening. The butterflies did a fine amount of listening as they found a home in Azalea's plants and flowers. The butterflies didn't hear any mumbling from Granny Leah, rather her magically soft whispers of encouragement as she watered and dusted each leaf in her shop. Her secret wasn't in the mumblings, it was the mumblings. They were little plant compliments, like, "My, you're beautiful," and "You're looking very green today." And if they could talk, any butterfly would tell you that Granny Leah's whisperings were much different than those of the other shop owners, whose shop talk consisted of profit margins and investing in the next big fertilizer on the market. Granny's shop was filled with love and encouragement and lots of sunshine, because she knew that's how plants thrived, and because this story, and the best of stories, end with love and sunshine. No resolution where the townsfolk learn the truth about Granny Leah's mumblings, no magical twist where the town is in danger and Granny Leah saves the day, just a quiet old woman with a love for her plants and some eavesdropping butterflies, because that's a bit closer to life than saving the day and setting the town gossip straight. The gossip is always there. No matter who you are or how much we change and evolve as humans, the other humans in our lives tell stories just like we do. And each of those humans have a specific story in their mind of how they envision each of us. And those stories can sometimes be hard to change. But Granny Leah knew that using her energy to change those stories wasn't as effective as using it to grow her flowers. As long as the butterflies knew the truth, she was content. So back to that life advice, it was to choose a plant and name it after yourself. Sprinkle some Granny Leah magic on the plant by telling it how much you love it and how beautiful it is. Give it water and sunshine, because when a plant is struggling, we meet its needs so it can feel better. We don't tell it to be ashamed for growing slowly, nor do we wonder why it's not as beautiful as the other plants. We show it extra love, and sometimes that's easier to apply to a plant than ourselves.